Hello everybody, NGS here and welcome back to Tokyo 24 Coup. It is this time of the week where we delve back into the world of the 24th Ward and shit's gonna hit the fan in this episode, it seems. The show so far does seem to follow the pattern of an episode of downtime and introduction to what's gonna hit the fan, and then the next episode is hitting the fan, right? And we're gonna. It seems like we're gonna follow that pattern. For how long, I don't know, but it's been repeated twice already. Carniadis appeared again and declared that they will have to make a choice. No, it wasn't Carniadis that declared that. It was what's her face, Asumi. It was Asumi who called them and said that they have to make a choice. Although Carniadis also appeared and told us that he's gonna change the world, yada yada yada, villain speech. And again, there seem to be two paths before us. They can either choose to unlive Kunai, or they can choose to unlive hundreds of people. And the choice seems to be fairly obvious to me. Like, it's a pretty simple choice. It's not a moral dilemma. You're not making a choice between an innocent person and 10 innocent people. You're making a choice between a criminal and hundreds of innocent people. So as I mentioned in the last episode, the trolley problem doesn't really apply. But then again, we did see at the end of the last episode we did see Kunai's eyes glow, which means that potentially maybe he's being mind controlled by Carniadis, or by Asumi, or by some other entity entirely. We don't know what it's all about. Maybe. I mean, so far it seems like perhaps our main trio is being given powers by Asumi, and then there is a group of villains, wanting or unwanting villains, uh, who are being given powers by some other entity, be it Carniadis or something else entirely. We don't know that yet. I just have one hope for this episode. I hope that our main trio will finally start communicating and that they will consciously pick a third option. Because it's been proven that the third option can be created. It wasn't given to them by Asumi, but they created a third option for themselves. If only they talked to each other. That would be, that would solve all the problems. Did anything in particular happen in the last episode that wasn't a setup for today's? Well, there was the girl, Kozue. Yeah, I have a list of characters open on my second screen. Kozue ventured out to the shantytown to take photos of graffiti with her father's likeness. And we learned about Shantytown, as many other places in the city apparently, being targeted by some big evil business who wants to own the land and build a pollution factory to produce pollution. Mwahaha. More Sunday morning cartoon villainy. I mean, that's what this show is by now, so it's what we all have come to expect. Carniadis shakes things up a little, of course, but all the like earthly, regular, human villains, we don't know who Carniadis is yet, are fairly Sunday morning cartoony. Everybody just wants to destroy a family restaurant, to get their piece of land, to bulldoze it all and build a pollution factory. Yeah, that's essentially the plot. And our main trio has to prevent all those acquisitions. How will they prevent the acquisition of the shantytown? How will they deal with kunai trying to blow up a cruise ship? I don't know. We're gonna have to watch this episode to figure it out, right? So let's not prolong it any further. I'm just gonna get a sip of tea. It's green rooibos again. It's really nice. Very, very mild. If you didn't put effort into tasting it, it would taste kind of like water, sugary water. But no, it has those nice herbal tones. It isn't as strong as proper rooibos. So if rooibos is too strong for you, try some green rooibos. Okay, let's not talk about tea. Let's talk about the episode. So I need to give you guys some subs, and we can start watching. What's that? A bit of white fluff on my headphones. Doesn't matter. Oh, what did I do? Okay, yeah. So, Tokyo 24Ku, episode 5. Episode 5, indeed. Version by subs, please. And it's gonna be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. We're getting backstory on Kunai. Kunai and Ran. Painted graffiti. Okay, I guess Shantytown wasn't so much of a shithole back then. Or maybe it was. Uh, what's that? Right, we did hear about Zero before. Zeroth. Oh, you're Zeroth? Flashback episode? I sure fucking hope not. We don't have 24 episodes despite the title of the show. We have only 12, and we're already almost halfway through. They better not waste episodes on flashbacks. Survive, said the prophet. What a profound name. What a title for a song. Damn. Uh, I would love to have like a symphonic metal band named Survive, said the prophet. It would make music like Power Wolf. Oh, that would be amazing. Always wanted to be in a band, you know? Tried to create a band even once, but it slowly crumbled apart. Okay, yeah, the choice is obvious. And of course, Ran isn't particularly fond of the idea of killing Kunai. I'm with you. Speak, Ran, speak. Tell them that it was kunai. Tell them that it's your friend. That you might want to talk with him first, or you have an idea where he might be. I agree. Hmm. You're just not gonna communicate, are you? So we're gonna disregard a bomb threat. How dumb are they? Consult it. Talk. I mean, you do have the good idea that you should figure out a third eventuality, but third possibility, but this weird app, I guess it emits sounds that turn you into a terrorist. But he can't draw for. He said that he can't draw for shit, but he can. But dude, you were creating actual art. You can draw better than I can. And I'm not bombing cruise ships over my lack of artistic talent. What the fuck's wrong with his face, though? Okay, he became a hacker. Yep. Okay, but Red also learned how to do it. Is that it? Yep. Yep, that's it. I know this feeling, you know? You're playing a game and you think you're good at it, and you tell your friend about that game so you can play together, and he surpasses you in no time. Uh, I know that feeling all too well, man. I was playing Sacred 2 with a friend of mine way back when, and by like chapter 2, he was scaring me. And I was the one who discovered the game, who wanted to play it. What about it? What about it? So, wait, what? Excuse me, what the fuck? Did Kunai create the drug? What? I'm confused. Look at this ninja. Hmm? Yeah, sure. Sure you don't know. Okay, so Kunai put C4 into an empty hard drive and swapped that dude's hard drive with his rigged one? But how? How did he do it? He created the drug. He now wants to blow up a cruise ship. Okay, he made a music app. What about this music app, though? Hmm. But what if you move the processing somewhere else? But you have control of it, so if you don't make it hurt people, then it won't hurt people. Ah, form of art. He already got to him. I can fix the elevator if you join my company. uh, okay. So someone Yeah, okay. So drug D is really beta endorphins? Sound-based drug? Okay, so that's why there was no liquid, no powder, no nothing. So it's not because of you, it's because the dude who modified the app, why don't you expose him? Why don't you expose him? Why don't you say, hey, yo, it's that one dude who's distributing an app. He stole my app and changed it and is now using it to hurt people. That's again communication. For fuck's sakes, communication. I can't talk to him, so I'm gonna blow up the cruise ship. I mean, okay, I get it. He somehow got under the influence of the music. I guess the glowing eyes signify that someone is enhanced by whatchamacallit, by sound waves. That's why our main trio also has glowy eyes because they get the powers from the phone call. And the okay, see, blowing up those two scumbags, kind of fun with blowing up the whole city. That's a bit overboard. Fucking talk, communicate. I'm getting frustrated, you know. This show, like, legit straight out, would not exist if people talked with each other. Now I am a real master of hacking. I can hack brains. Just just go for it. Just like that. Okay, sure, that's fine. Yeah, that wasn't the best plan, was it? You know what? I'm kinda with Kunai here. And there we go. Well, at least it wasn't a headshot, so there's a possibility he's still alive. Then again, you should have communicated. Communicate! Talk! Talk! All of this could have been avoided if you fucking talked! All of it. All of it. Every single bad thing that happened in this episode could have been avoided. Entirely. Wholly and entirely avoided. Words. You use words. You have a mouth. You have a larynx. You have functional vocal cords. Talk to each other. If your vocal cords aren't functioning, fucking write it on a slip of paper. Well, that kind person is fucking dead now. Because people didn't want to talk. That kind person is dead. And the villains walk. Because those three motherfuckers don't communicate. The basis of every single conflict, every single bad event in this series is lack of communication. But then they show me shit like that, and I can't not watch it because it intrigues me. I want to drop it right now, but I also want to continue watching it because maybe it gets better. Because I hope it gets better. Let's go through the episode again. See, I heard I heard that the issue with this series is art, right? I heard that it has a lot of production issues, and that apparently some lead artist on this series or someone like that complained online that they didn't even have time to draw things properly or something like that. I don't remember the whole conundrum anymore, but essentially it was supposed to be absolutely shit. When it comes to art, it was supposed to be like One Punch Man season 2. Art isn't an issue. Art isn't an issue. I feel like forced issues are an issue here. If you get me, if you know what I mean. I guess we're gonna go through the episode, and maybe I'm gonna talk more about it as we get to those particular moments. Yeah, we're getting flashbacks to Ran and Kunai, and they all really, really, really like art, and they're the bestest of friends. That was Kunai. Tell them it was Kunai. There's no room for debate concerning this future. Tell them there is room for debate. Don't just, try to mislead them. Talk to them. Ran knows who's the perpetrator. He knows that Kunai is not a criminal. He's the victim. Later, he he fucking hacks the PC, finds out about the Tarki and the other dudes who are trying to do bad things, doesn't contact anybody. What the fuck? You know that one of your friends might be fucking shot dead by another one of your friends, and you have evidence that he's not at fault, and you keep it to yourself? How? What the actual fuck? I'm sorry, but I have to ask, what the actual fuck? He has all the evidence, right? Everything, even a fucking photo out of nowhere. He calls up Kouki and says, "Hey, I know who the perpetrator is. He's my friend, and he's been completely, he's not at fault here. I have all the data, I have all the evidence, right? It's this motherfucker with a Nike scar on his forehead, yeah. He's distributing an app that fucks up with people's minds. That's the drug D. So, you know, and also, he has a bomb on him. It looks like a hard drive. He has a bomb. He plans to. I don't know what he plans to do, but he created the drug and he has a bomb on him. Snipe that one. Talk to Kunai because he might do some stupid shit, but snipe the Nike scar guy. It's so abhorrently simple to solve this situation with only the bad guys getting their comeuppance and the good guys getting out of it unscathed. It's so simple, but there's absolutely zero communication between them. Absolutely zero. I really hoped for some character development here. in the previous instance, because of their lack of communication, their teacher, their mentor, the father of their friend fucking died in a tornado because they didn't communicate. And they didn't learn from that. Nothing. They didn't learn anything from that. That they should communicate, that they should talk to each other, that maybe one of them wants to bring trucks and the other wants to evacuate people. Maybe one of them has an idea how to apprehend the terrorist. Maybe someone other has an idea how to evacuate all the people from the ship. Maybe the third one has an idea how to defuse the bomb. They didn't learn to communicate. And sure, if the issue was we can do it both ways, one of them wants to go one way, the other wants to go the other way, and they don't communicate because of that, it would have been, I would have been ready to forgive them. But in this case, they're all working on the same thing, towards the same exact goal. And Ran apparently wants to save Kunai, but doesn't want to use the evidence to save him. He intentionally misleads his friends. Let me reiterate, he intentionally misleads his friends, one of whom is a cop who gets a brain boost from the phone call and processes data 100 times faster or whatever. And he withholds all this information. All this information incriminating the Nike guy. Completely withholds it. And his friend, Kunai, dies because of Ran's lack of communication. Live with that, motherfucker, because you deserve it. For your sheer stupidity. I got heated. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. It's just an anime. But I really wanted it to be good. But I'm getting disappointed slowly. I like this though. This I like. The method doesn't matter, right? It's about changing the world for the better. The method doesn't matter. Ran might be changing the world for the better through graffiti. If you feel like you're not good at graffiti, find some other way to change the world for the better. Plant some flowers. Maybe you're a good gardener. Become a hacker. Right? Become a programmer. Right? Put some art instead of ads. Sure. Develop an app. Right? Develop an app that can help people who are hurting. Make things better through code. But of course, Ran surpassed him. Yada yada. Thing is, Ran doesn't focus on the hacking aspect. He focuses on art. So you can keep focusing on your hacking and become even better at it and make the world a better place, right? Hack into government database and leak their dirty secrets, stuff like that. There are so many possibilities, but I know that right now he's on drugs. He isn't thinking straight. He has an inferiority complex and probably also depression and whatnot. But I am a sinful criminal, a hard drive. The app that can change people's moods. Diva, Drug D, connection to Taraki. Taraki is distributing Diva. Yo, hey, Kouki, listen to me. Listen what I just discovered. Taraki, that dude who wanted to destroy the shopping district, yeah, he's distributing the Drug D. And he's in cahoots with the guy who wants to build a casino in the shantytown. So they're probably distributing that drug so the crime rate spikes so they can buy the land for cheap. No, nothing. Silence. Cicadas and tumbleweed. That's our perpetrator, Taraki. Is our perpetrator Taraki? Shell Company. No pills, no powders, no plants, no liquids. Diva updates. You have all the evidence. You have all the evidence to help Kunai and incriminate Tarki. You literally have everything you need. Every last puzzle. Every single one. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Sure, maybe Kunai would have gone to jail for making bombs. It's better than being fucking dead. I mean, don't tell me it isn't. Maybe he even would have been released on probation or something if he were to incriminate Tarki even further. If he were to testify. But no, but Rand decided to just withhold this information for himself. Because of course he did, because nobody in this show fucking talks with each other. Nobody communicates. They talk a lot, but they don't communicate. Ran hit the mark so quickly. It could be used for evil. This becomes a dangerous item depending how you use it. Should I stop distributing it? It might become dangerous. Oh, look, money! I want it to be on every single phone out there. There goes his moral dilemma. There goes his moral dilemma. I made something, and because I have control of it, it's used for good. If someone else were to take control of it, they might be able to use it for evil. Oh, you, shady guy from a big multi-billion corporation, wants to take control of it? Sure thing! Absolutely! Here's the source code. The people in this show don't act like people. They act like devices, mediums for the story, for the plot. Kunai didn't talk to anybody because the plot demanded it. Kunai took the offer because the plot demanded it. Ran didn't talk about anything to anybody because I'm assuming the plot will demand it in the future. Because the showrunners want to keep Tarki as the main antagonist. And that's why nobody will. And that's why Ran won't talk. Really. I'm really not fond of it. I really am not. And also, this phone is reversed, like mirror shot, because the words are reversed. Make a new song. Glad, mad, well, sad. Calmness. Sleepy. Mode. Foos. Param. And again, he figured out that drug D is a drug that uses his app and thus is undetectable because it uses sound waves. And he didn't talk to anybody because people here don't communicate. He figured it all out. He knows how one of his friends or a mentor or I don't know who the old guy is for them. I'm assuming some sort of a paternal figure suffers because of that. Because his nephew passed away because of drug D. That he still doesn't say anything. Hey, there's this Tarky dude. Yeah, he took my app and modified it so it kills people. Maybe we should go to the police with it. Or something. You know? I mean, the app is out there. The app is what lets the drug work. So some signs of the drug would be inside of the app. So the police would be able to figure out that it's Tarki's modifications that created the drug. But we're not gonna talk about it. No, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna make a fucking bomb. I'm gonna get high on drug D and I'm gonna make a bomb. That's a much better idea. And of course, Kouki isn't stupid. He figured it out. You fooled me, you misled me. What are you after, Ran? But they're already tracking someone. I don't know if they're tracking Ran or if they're tracking or if they're tracking Kunai. But they tracked them. This was a dumb move to just try and steal the drive. And yeah, shoot. And shoot they did. Oh wow, what a predictable ending. Caused entirely. Ending caused entirely by people not talking to each other. You're glad I have a limiter on in OBS. My mic peaked, but only like halfway to the red bar. I should have turned off the limiter and then talk to the mic. No matter who that is, I can't protect criminals. I agree. I agree. Problem is, Rana had all the evidence. All the evidence. To incriminate the Nike fucker and save Kunai. But he didn't. He just didn't. So now he's fucking dead. At least she's happy. Her father died because of the miscommunication of our main trio. But hey, she has a graffiti with a missile that looks vaguely like her father, so I guess everything's fine in the world. And of course, the showrunners are hoping to give us that last stab in the heart. A kind person. See how kind Kunai was. He was a good guy. But he died. This world is truly cruel. And we should hate the Nike dude. Because he was behind all it. I hate the Nike dude. I mean, I do. Because he's a dangerous Sunday morning cartoon villain. I hate Kunai. I hate Ran. Yeah, I think those two are the people that I like actively hate. Maybe hate is a strong word, but I. How fucking stupid can you be? If it was just me watching this show, I would have probably dropped it and then read a synopsis about what's gonna happen next. But I'm curious. This show hooked me. Despite all of its significant flaws, it hooked me. With this AI predictive system bullshittery, with Carniadis as dumb and JoJo villain looking as he is, intriguing me of who even is he. Even this atrocious CG isn't a reason for me to drop this show. That was Tokyo 24 Ku, episode 5. And boy, I sure hope it gets better from now. And I sure hope that this episode won't suddenly become insignificant and won't just, fade into obscurity, so to speak. I really hope that it will have lasting consequences and lasting, effects. Tarki. Is his name Tarki? I know he's not listed here. Nike Dude. They now have the evidence of Nike Dude being actively a villain, being a criminal, distributing a drug, being in possession of a bomb, and all that. If they don't use it, it's gonna be bad. They have, like, Kunai died for no reason. At least, at least use that data to incriminate Tarki. But I have a feeling that they won't. That they won't do anything with it. That we're just gonna completely gloss over the fact that they now have this data. And that drug D will continue being an issue. And we're just gonna jump straight into another issue. We're gonna completely forget about Shantytown, about drug D, about the casino, about all that jazz. And now this CG looking AI core thing is gonna become an issue. I certainly hope not. But I have a bad feeling that that's what's gonna happen. Man, I didn't really discuss the episode proper. I just kept ranting about how badly written the characters were. I like Shuuta. I like Shuuta because he knows that they should communicate. He knows that there's always a third way to go about it. He realizes all that. I like him. I really do. He's Genuinely good character. I like Kouki. Yeah, he might be coming off as cold and unfeeling, and just shot the dude or ordered a sniper to shoot the dude with cold blood. But he's pragmatic, and with all the data, all the information that he had access to, he made the best decision possible, acting upon the information he had. Right? If he if he knew the same things that Rano knew, he probably wouldn't have made this decision. He would have ordered the SARG to apprehend Tarki and Mr. Casino. That would be what he would have done. And with his magic power of persuasion, he would have succeeded at persuading SARG to do that. And they would have gotten all the information. They would have gotten Kunai to testify. And we would have a good ending. But none of that happened. So Kouki was acting on the information he had. And the information he had was, that dude bad, shoot to kill. And that's what he ordered. Are we gonna talk about it in the next episode? Or are we gonna completely gloss over it? Are we gonna use the data we got? Is Ran gonna speak up about it? I doubt it. Because people in this show don't communicate. So I doubt it, I highly do. But I feel like it might be the case. I really feel like it might be the case. As I said before, art is not an issue. Although there was some wonky art, don't get me wrong. Not Kouki's, Kunai's face at one moment there. Maybe I'll manage to find it. Young Kunai's face in one of the flashbacks. In general, the kids' faces in those flashbacks look like One Punch Man art, and I'm not talking about Murata's art. I'm talking about the original One Punch Man art. So not great, and without the charm of One Punch Man. But the art really isn't an issue. It really isn't. You could argue that Saihat no Paladin had very low production quality, but the stories and the characters more than made up for it. Tokyo 24-Ku has the stories. It has the world that intrigues me, that keeps me wanting to watch more. But the characters are incredibly frustrating. I think that sums up my opinion about this episode and about the series so far. Just to make things clear, I'm not gonna drop it, okay? I'm gonna continue watching it. I don't like dropping series. I don't like dropping series unless they really drop the ball. If they... Pretty much the only series that I ever dropped, like consciously dropped, and not like just stopped watching because I forgot to watch an episode and then kind of forgot to watch it throughout the week and just kind of stopped. But series that I actively, consciously dropped, all of those series were series that just made me bored, that just made me not feel anything. There was that episode in Recreators. I dropped Recreators. There was that one episode where it was just them, the characters, sitting around the table, talking, and throwing exposition at the screen. And I was watching it late at night, and no kidding, I was falling asleep in my chair. And that's not a good sign. Tokyo 24Ku at least gets me riled up. At least it gets me interested in the technology, in the world, in the stories they want to tell, in the potential of it all. I'm interested in who the Carniadis is, what became of Asumi, right? I'm interested in all that stuff. I'm incredibly frustrated and angry at the characters, but I'm not bored. So I'm not dropping it. I'm watching it. And I'm gonna watch it till the end to make sure that it either A gets better or B gets worse. And I'm gonna report back to you guys. I'm gonna be reporting back to you uh, as we go, because I'm gonna continue releasing Tokyo 24Ku videos every single Friday. Today's Friday, right? No, today's Thursday. Every single Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna keep giving you Tokyo 24Ku episodes every single Thursday until we're done with this series. Unless it really starts boring me, then I might consider dropping it, but I don't think it will. I think it's interesting enough. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for today. So, you guys, tell me in the comments, what did you think of this episode? Did you maybe like it? Maybe I completely missed something. Maybe there was some hidden characterization that I didn't pay attention to, and it completely justifies the actions of Ran and the actions of Kunai. Maybe I did. I'm not omniscient, right? Maybe I missed some detail that makes it all better. Maybe you noticed it. If so, then tell me in the comments. Maybe you are as disappointed in this episode as I am, in which case, share your frustrations also down in the comments. Or on my Discord server, you can join it. Link in the description. It's free and open for everybody. Come join 14 other people. It's not a big server. But you also run a very low risk of like getting hacked and shit, because the more people there are, the higher the risk. So look at it that way. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Also, like or dislike for my reaction, not for the actual episode, because if you were to like or dislike for the episode, I'm assuming most of you would dislike. Like or dislike for me, right? For my input into it all. If you really like what I'm doing, you can support me on Patreon. Link in the description. For $1 a month, you get access to a role on our Discord server, and that role gives you access to some Patreon-only channels. And for $10, you get early access to non-seasonal shows. This season, the non-seasonal show is Symphogear Season 1. So episode 4 is already up on YouTube. Episode 5 is still up on Patreon, so if you want to watch it early, you might be interested in joining my Patreon. Join the Discord server, as I already said. It's free, open to everybody. Come chat with us. Share this video if you know someone who would enjoy it, because the more you spread the word, the more YouTube itself spreads the word, right? The biggest channels grow the fastest, essentially. So, help me get past that threshold. Also, I heard YouTube is doing some fucky stuff about small channels, videos from small channels showing a message that the channel is small and has no history, so you have to subscribe to the channel to watch the video. So maybe if I get enough subscribers, then it's not gonna get hit by it and enough views. I don't know how it works. Nobody knows. It's entirely opaque. What the fuck, Susan? That's it. That's it. That's all my ranting. So, yeah, that's gonna be it from me for today. So, as always, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers. And don't forget to communicate with each other. Communication is crucial. And you can communicate with other patrons. You know what their names are after all, and they are all on my Discord server. Link in the description.